Bentley, let's talk about it. Today I'll be walking you through an instructional video on how to do skin folds and then calculate the body fat percentage as well as the lean body mass on my client here. She's given me full permission to conduct this video as well as perform the skin fold step by step. So we're gonna do that step by step and see you in the next clip. All right, so the first skin fold that we're gonna start with is the chest. It is a diagonal fold, and for females specifically, we're going to do it 1/3 down the way between the nipple and the anterior axillary line, which is like the armpit fold. And with the chest, we are going to take all of the measurements on the right side of the body because it allows for consistency from test to test, and then it keeps a universal understanding from clinician to clinician if the clinician were to change in the future. So I'm going to take my measurements in centimeters today. I'm going to ask my client to point out where her nipple lies, and then I'll take the measurement starting at 0 at this point to the anterior axillary line. So it's about 15. So I'm going to take my marker. Can you move your sports bra out ever so slightly and hold that in place? So from the 15 mark, I'm going to mark it 1/3 down the way at the 10, and then draw a diagonal line where I will pinch it in the next clip. Here I have the Skindfold caliper, which will help me take my measurement of where this diagonal fold lies. I'm going to come in with my left hand. Think of it as an airplane. I'm going to pinch and hold, and then taking the skin fold. We are at a 26. As you can see, I kept my pinch with my left hand and then got my measurement with the right hand, and I did not release until it had held steady and I got that measurement. Now we are moving on to the tricep measurement. I'm going to take this measurement from the acromion to the occlarion, which is basically the top of the shoulder to the elbow. This measurement will be taken halfway in between these 2 points. All right, as the arm is hanging freely, we are at a 36 measurement. So half of that would be 18. So I'm going to find that point, draw a horizontal line, and then a vertical line through this, as it is a vertical skin fold measurement. So now that I have the markings for my client, what I'm going to do is now take this measurement. This is one of the 2 measurements where we have the client actually flex to take out the muscle mass within the pinch that we hold, and then we will have them release that flexion to then get a more accurate measurement. So that's what we're going to do now. Coming in with my left hand right above the horizontal line, we go ahead and make a fist and act like you're punching the ground. All right, release. And then coming in with my caliper, we are at 28. The next skin fold that we are going to go into is the mid-axillary fold. So we are going to find where the xiphoid process on the sternum is for our client. So we're just going to have them point out their sternum, and then we are going to take an alignment of where that would be. So it works out perfectly where her sports bra is folded up for us. So we will draw a horizontal line there, and then a vertical line through that, as it is a vertical fold. From here, we will go straight into our skin fold. So you can rest your arm on my shoulder. Coming in with my left hand, going in with my right hand, we are at a 26. So the next skin fold that we are going to go into is the subscapular. As you can see, I have my client here with a chicken wing position to allow the scapula to point out, because we are going to take this measurement on the inferior angle of the scapula, 1 to 2 centimeters below it. So as you can see, I've already marked it here at a diagonal angle because it is a diagonal fold, and then I will put a horizontal line through the center of that marking and then go into a skin fold. Same thing, left hand, right pinching. You may go ahead and relax your arm. Going in for the pinch, taking the measurement, and we are at 26. Now we're going to go into the suprailiac measurement. This is also a diagonal fold. So to help you out as a clinician, you can ask your client to point out where the top of their hips lie. So from there, we are going to go with the natural angle of this in order to mark it. So we will take where our client's fingers were, pointing out where the hip is, double checking that, and then we will just do a slight roll up, marking that diagonal angle, and then marking that halfway point. Now we'll go straight into our Skindfold, taking it right at where we marked it at the halfway point, pinching, and then we are going to take that measurement of 30. We're now going to go into a vertical fold, which is the abdominal fold. We are going to take this measurement 2 centimeters off of the umbilicus or the belly button. So as we can see, we don't need our client to point out where their belly button is here. And if you'd like to, you can use a measuring tool to do this, or typically it's about 1 to 2 fingers off of the belly button. And then putting that horizontal line right in the center, like we have done with the rest, and going straight into our Skindfold. So taking our left hand, and we are at 22. So now we're gonna go into our last but not least measurement, which is the thigh. This is the second measurement, like I mentioned earlier with the tricep, where we have our client flex in order to get the muscle mass out to get a more accurate measurement. So this is a vertical fold, and we are going to take this from the anterior midline, midway between the proximal border of the patella and the inguinal crease, or the hip. So we're gonna have our client help us with this one, like we have with a couple of the others. We're going to have them bend their leg up like so, and find that crease for us. From here, then I'm going to give my client the measuring tool, stretching it out and letting it lie to the proximal border of the patella, which we will find, which we are at a measurement of 40. So I'll mark my horizontal line at the 20 mark, drawing my vertical line to then get that measurement. Now going straight into the Skindfold. Will you please go ahead and flex? Lovely. Release. And we are at 33 for that measurement. So now, with like all things, we need to double check ourselves. So I will go through all of the Skindfold sites like I have, but I will not have to find the measurement for each individual spot because they are already marked. I will then take a second measurement and then look at the difference in between the two of them. For complete accuracy, the measurements should be within 2 millimeters of one another. If they are not, then the Skindfold should be retaken again with a full cycle and allow the client to rest in between measurements, because then it allows the skin to relax so there's no inflammation and may deviate the measurement. So hey, it's Bentley, let's talk about it. Today we'll be talking about, I fucking hate myself. Oh my gosh. Why is this shoe so dark? All right, starting with the chest, we are going